No, she said loudly speak.
Good afternoon, respected judge and teacher. Myself for the teacher. Today I am going to talk about how do the plants how do the plant make their food. Today I am going to talk about something truly amazing. How do the plant make their food? And the human and animals that do not go for searching the food. They are omnivores, which means they make their own food. If you look how do the plant make their food, so the answer is photosynthesis. Now what is photosynthesis? Let me explain. Photosynthesis refers to the framework. Photo means light and photosynthesis combined. This is a remarkable biological process by which plant protein and some bacteria convert light energy into chemical energy. This chemical energy is stored in the organic compounds primarily sugar like glucose, which serve as a food for the organism, directly or indirectly. Otherwise, all other life under the body. Thank you. Now I would like to call Janisha for the further speech.
Now I will express which ingredients are needed by the plants. You know that the food needs many ingredients to cook the food. Similarly, plants also need many ingredients to cook the food. So sunlight. So let me explain this figure. Sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, oxygen, and glucose. So let me explain the first one of sunlight. Sunlight is the main source of energy for plants. Just like we need the electricity to run a fan or fridge. These have a very inside or paper. It works like a solar panel. It catches the sunlight's energy. It catches the sunlight energy into food. During the photosynthesis, sunlight helps the plant to change the carbon dioxide and water into sugar. Now, for example, when we stand in the sun, we feel the warmth because of the sun's energy. Similarly, plants feel the sun and store its energy into produce the heat. Now, I would like to explain the second layer of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a gas present in the air. We breathe it out, but plants breathe it in. Plants take carbon dioxide gas to the tiny parts called storage. This gas is very important because it combines with the water. Without carbon dioxide gas, we cannot complete the photosynthesis process. For example, hay has a carbon dioxide gas is one of the most main ingredient in the recipe. Without it, we cannot make it. Now, I would like to explain the third one of water. Water is another main ingredient for plants. Plants absorb the water from their roots through their roots. Plants absorb the water from the soil through their roots. It travels up to the stem to the leaves. Water's molecules melt into hydrogen and oxygen using sunlight energy. Hydrogen is used to make a sugar and oxygen is respired in air. For example, we need to cook rice or pasta. Similarly, plants also need to cook their food, use water to cook their own food. Now, I would like to call my friend Kushi for further speech.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kushi. Now, I would like to explain about the role of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the green pigment present in the leaf. It is like the cook in the kitchen of the plant. It captures sunlight and starts the process of making food. Without chlorophyll, even heavy sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide, plant cannot prepare food. Example, imagine a kitchen full of ingredients, but no cook to prepare the food. Nothing will happen. Chlorophyll is there to cook for the plant. Now I would like to talk about the role of oxygen. Oxygen is not used to make the food, but it is a very important product of photosynthesis. When plants make food, they also produce oxygen and release it into the air. This oxygen is what we breathe to stay alive. So every breath we take is given from plants through photosynthesis. Now I would like to make some points on this topic. Sunlight gives energy, carbon dioxide provides carbon for sugar, water provides hydrogen, chlorophyll starts and controls the process, oxygen is released for us to breathe. Now let us see the formation of glucose. Carbon dioxide plus water react with sunlight and chlorophyll produces glucose plus oxygen. Carbon dioxide and water react with each other in the presence of sunlight. Chlorophyll to produce glucose, which is plant food, and oxygen. In a chemical reaction, we can say that 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 6 molecules of water with sunlight and chlorophyll. It produces molecules of glucose and 6 molecules of oxygen. Now I would like to call Tanashri for further discussion.
Hello everyone, my name is Tanashri. Now I would like to speak about the photosynthesis, importance of photosynthesis in nature. Photosynthesis is one of the most important of photosynthesis in nature process. On Earth, it allows green plants to convert into energy, producing glucose, which is essential for the survival of humans and animals. How is the photosynthesis? Photosynthesis also helps us remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, helping to reduce live on the earth would not be possible, making it the foundation of all ecosystems and maintaining to the balance in nature. Thank you. Now I will call Sami for further speech.
Good afternoon everyone, my name is Neeraj again. Now I like to discuss about the leaf structure. Here the leaves are the food packets of the plants and their structure is composed of photosynthesis. The surface of the leaves are the tiny ones called stomata. Inside the leaves there are veins which work like pipelines. Most important part, inside the leaves there are cells which is also known as an chlorophyll. This chlorophyll contains chlorophyll and the green pigment captured by the sun. Which start the process of making the food in photosynthesis. In this way, all chloroplast, veins and stomata all work together to make the food in photosynthesis. Through this, glucose also made in photosynthesis. Now I like to call my friend Sahani for this.
Good afternoon everyone. My name is Sahani. I would like to speak about if the photosynthesis changes with the season. The answer is yes, it does. This does not happen the same way throughout the year. In fact, it is highly influenced by seasonal changes. During spring and summer days are longer, temperatures are warmer, and sunlight is stronger. This is the best time for photosynthesis. Plants grow quickly and leaves are green and full of chlorophyll. The rate of food production is high. In autumn, days become shorter and temperature drops. Chlorophyll in the leaves begin to break down, causing leaves to change color, eventually falls. As a result, photosynthesis slows down. By winter, in many regions, many trees lose their leaves. By winter, in many regions, most trees lose their leaves. Without leaves, photosynthesis almost stops. Evergreen plants still photosynthesize but at much lower rate due to low sunlight and cold temperature. Now I would like to call Khushi for explaining the model.
Like to explain my model, plants take water and minerals from the soil, then they use this carbon dioxide, water and energy to produce glucose and oxygen. glucose and oxygen. And at night, plant break down glucose to produce carbon dioxide, oxygen, and energy. Energy. Thus, we can say that plants works in day and rest at night. That it produces energy in day and uses it at night. Now, I would like to call Janisha for explaining models.
So now I will explain how the sunlight is given by the plant. Did you know how the sunlight is acted on the plant? So the leaves has a green pigment called chlorophyll. It traps the sunlight energy and convert it into chemical energy. Chlorophyll also traps the gases during photosynthesis in carbon dioxide and water emission. Now I want to call my friend Shruti to explain the leaf structure. Now I like to explain the leaf structure. In leaf structure there are 8 main parts. There are cuticule, xylem, phloem, and sponge mesophyll, pelagium mesophyll, and apparatus. Cuticule is here. We can see the cuticule layer, and cuticule is a natural base which works like an array to cover the leaves, and inside the leaves the plants keeps the water inside and block germs. The second point is our xylem. Xylem we can see here. Xylem helps the plant to take the water, minerals, nutrients and food to the roots from all the rest parts of the plants. And now I like to explain phloem. Phloem and xylem may all work together because phloem transfers the food into the roots, both the direction, while xylem take the water and minerals of the roots. Phloem transfers the food in both directions. It depend upon it where it needs. Stomata. Stomata are the tiny pores, which open and close the wall cells, and open and close the wall cells. Each stomata are made up of 2 bottles, being seed cells and open and closing pores. Then veins. We can see the veins. Veins also work like how veins work in our body, just like veins also work in plants also. Veins in our body carries the blood, and plants they help the plants to stay strong and safe. Spongy mesophyll. Spongy mesophyll is a tight packet less of the chloroplast and main set of photosynthesis. Here is the spongy mesophyll, and pelagium mesophyll is. Here is the pelagium mesophyll. Pelagium mesophyll is a loose packet cell and have lots of space to exchange the gases. Now, epidermis is the outermost layer of the leaf, and it's covered the leaf. So that they cannot get dying or getting the sunburn. It acts like a protective skin of the plants. Thank you now. Now I like to end my speech. So thank you.